Hello everybody. We're going to go ahead and start on the live video of the basics you need to know to start making glitter tumblers, wood grain tumblers, all things tumbler. So we're gonna hang out for a few minutes so people get on, and then we'll get started and go from there. So when you jump on, say hi. You know, we'll chit chat a little bit, get comfortable like me. And hi, Vicky. So, yay, video. Okay, this is weird for me because I'm not going to be making anything tonight. And I keep kicking something. Hold on. Hi, Nicole. Random. Okay, well, we got some people on here, so let's get started. For those of you who are new and are watching this, I am Caitlin. I am the owner of Glitter Chimp Glitter, as well as Glitter Chimp Designs. Yeah, so we're gonna go over the absolute basics from starting out with nothing to making tumblers. So yeah, get ready because I actually have a list of what to talk about, and I'm really excited because I actually get to sit down this time versus normally I'm standing when I do these. So hi Casey and Tracy. Okay, so the type of things you're gonna need for making tumblers, the first thing you're gonna need is, hey, Brittany and Remy. Brittany and Remy, hi. They are our moderators in this group and in Glitter Chimp. So they are very important people to know because they can help you out with things, matching colors, blah, everything else. Okay, so first thing you're gonna need to be making tumblers is tumblers. There's a lot of places you can buy these. If you're just starting out, I don't recommend buying a ton of cups right off the bat because you're gonna want to practice first. And when I started, I actually bought mine from Walmart, and that way if I destroyed them, it wasn't a big deal. Now I order my cups from Hog. If you look behind me, back underneath the shelf, you will see the some of my Hogs back there. There's another tumbler company that I recommend, and I think it's called Magnolia. I think it's Magnolia. I don't know. Remy and Brittany know because Remy and Brittany use them. But I just got a big shipment in from Hog, so that's where I get my tumblers from for the most part. So definitely gonna need tumblers. Your typically most popular sizes are going to be wine glasses, 30 ounces and 20 ounce tumblers. Depends on your customer. And steel magnolias, there we go. That's a good one. Thank you, Katie. So you're gonna need that. You are going to need a way to attach this to something. There are different ways to attach tumblers to spin them. One way is the football way. This is just a cup I have sitting here. These are foam footballs from the Dollar Tree. It's not a football shape anymore because they always put them in cups. Different sizes. These are the ones that come with Jennifer. Some cups are going to be harder than others. Some are very easy. Some are way complicated. It just depends on the tumbler. You're going to need footballs or pool noodles, really anything that you can put into a cup that will hold the cup on to the whatever apparatus you are using to apply glitter, paint, glue, whatever, onto a PVC pipe like this. Dollar Tree, Lowe's, Home Depot. Best place to buy a tumbler, I recommend Walmart, I recommend Hog, and I recommend Steel Magnolias. There's a ton of companies out there. I mean, you can use Arctic, you can use Yeti. I don't recommend Yeti only because of how expensive the cups are, and then it eats into your profits. So from there, tumblers, footballs, foam noodles, PVC pipe. You're going to need Mod Podge. This is the kind that I use, but I don't use Mod Podge that often. You're going to need epoxy. I use personally FX epoxy, Alumilite, Pro Marine. I mean, there's a bunch of different names that I can give you. It's just going to come down to personal preference. Hi, Wanda. Personal preference is really going to be key for what type of epoxy you use. I use FX epoxy, but my reasoning is because I have used Alumilite. For where I live, I didn't feel like it worked well enough for the curing because of the heat and the humidity that we have where I live, which is a little bit north of Houston, Texas. So I switched to FX and I haven't had any problems with curing. Everyone has their own preference. It's kind of like the same thing, Ford, Chevy. It's a truck. It doesn't really matter. If it drives, it drives. So if it epoxies, it epoxies. You're going to need gloves, rubber gloves. You don't have to use rubber gloves. Some people use the little finger condom things. These are the gloves I use. I get them at Harbor Freight. You're going to go through a ton of gloves. This is what I get. Harbor Freight. You can get these Amazon. I mean, a million places. Kathy, as far as cold temperature, I don't know. Brittany, if she's watching, she can tell you what she uses because I can't remember. But up north, it could be different. Again, it is strictly going to be user preference to what you want to use. I don't recommend you go out and buy the 1 gallon jugs starting off the bat because there's a lot of difference between, like, you're going to get started. Some of you may like it, some of you may not. So don't throw a bunch of money into it right away. Other things you're going to need are going to be, oh my gosh, I have everything on the table, by the way. Type of gloves do not matter. It can be any kind of glove that is best for you. Yeah, it just really depends on gloves. Okay, so you're gonna need popsicle sticks, anything you can use to stir epoxy. I use popsicle sticks because I have a ton of them and I can just throw them away after I use them for stirring. You're going to need, I'm going through my stuff here, scissors. Oh my goodness. You're gonna need these if you're going to do any alcohol ink. These are just the foam paint brushes, the sponge brushes. Some people prefer to buy the alcohol inks. They come, like, some of them have the little, they're expensive, fancy sponge pads. I don't use them because these I can get 100 of them for like nothing on Amazon and I can throw them away because I usually forget to clean them. You're gonna need Exacto Knives. This is how you clean the edge, the rim of a cup. Let's see. Rim of a cup. It is going to get glitter on it and epoxy on it. You use the Exacto knife away from your body to scrape away the epoxy and glitter that gets on the edge. And that's how you clean the rim. It's super easy. The cup has a natural little lip to it. And you literally just scrape along the edge to pull off the excess. Okay. What else? You're going to have 100 different paintbrushes of different kinds. It's going to be your preference to what kind of paintbrush you want. You are going to, there's a lot of stuff, guys, and I promise I will make a list, put it all on the page. Next, you're going to need, oh my gosh, spray paint. Ooh. I use this spray paint because they have the most matte colors available at Michael's. Any matte spray paint works. You can also use satin. I don't recommend gloss because when you put Mod Podge on it, it will just, it doesn't stick. It doesn't stay spread out. So I use this brand. I also use Krylon and Rust-Oleum. I have a ton of spray paint up on my wall. Any spray paint color, it doesn't matter. Spray paint color only matters for matching it with the glitter to change the appearance of the glitter. Which we'll get into glitter in just a minute. You're going to need acetone. Do not use nail polish remover to clear spray paint, and other things inside of the cups. Is glossy okay? I mean, I haven't ever used any glossy paint before, but I would assume it's fine for Epoxy Method. I just know it doesn't work well for Mod Podge. Yeah, so you can try. I've never tried it. Anyway, so this you can get at Walmart, Home Depot, Lowe's. This is real acetone. It will clear off paint. And it also will soften up the epoxy if it gets stuck in the bottom of the cup. For whatever reason it gets in there. So acetone. Oh, and if you use this, wear gloves because the acetone will eat away your fingers. Very smart to know. Also, if you spill it on anything, it will eat the finish off of a wooden table. You're going to need vinyl if you want to put vinyl decals on it. There are several kinds of vinyl, so I will show you real quick. This is really funny. I hope this is as entertaining to you guys as it is to me. Okay, there are several kinds of vinyl that you can use on tumblers. I know this is going to be backwards for you guys. Oracle 651 is going to be what it says on the back, intermediate. So this is going to stick to whatever you put it on and not come off very easily. This is actually like a 5-year vinyl for outside. So sorry about that. Other one is going to be 631. This one is going to be great for temporary vinyl. If you're making like peekaboo cups, you can use that and it'll peel right off. If you're going to be doing anything where you're peeling the vinyl off, I recommend you get dental tools because these are the best way to pull vinyl off without scratching whatever it is you're peeling the vinyl off of. Also, it'll be great for weeding out stuff off of your vinyl cutter machine, whatever one you use. So yeah, so okay. I'm sorry guys, I have to read this list of all the things. You're going to need a cup turner or not. You don't have to have a cup turner. Some people hand turn. Some people do a drip method, which I have never done. I've also never hand turned. As far as cup turners go, a pen does work too. I've never used one. I've always had the dental tools. So you're going to find that everybody has their own ways of doing things, and you're just going to find what you like the best. As far as cup turners go, oh, wait, hold on. I'm trying to read. Some mix Michael's alcohol. Yes. Here you go. See, some people hand turn. I've never hand turned. I made my husband make a cup turner for me. Now we glitter chip. We do sell some cup turners. We just sell the single cup turners right now. We're working on redesigning our bigger cup turners. This is an example of a single cup turner. This is just the one we make. Gonna have hole for the motor, place for the pole. Just showing you these so you can see. That's a DIY kit one we have. This is a cup turner single set up. Very fancy. That one. And then I'm gonna grab this one. Kayla, the cup turner that does not come with a motor, where it's just the base, it's I want to say 35, and then if you want the full one with the motor and the pole and everything like that, it's 80. And then once you start to get past the beginner stage, you can always go and end up finding someone to make you a big cup turner like this one. I have a 7 and a 5 cup turner, but I make really big orders for cups, so I need as much cup turning as I can. So there's that. Okay, so then we've done that. You're gonna need glitter. There's a ton of glitter out there. I sell glitter. There's a lot of people out there that do sell glitter. So what I'm gonna do real quick is go over the types of glitter that are out there so you can kind of have an idea, because there's a lot of question between ultrafine rainbows, chunkies, all of that stuff. So we're gonna do that real quick. Ultrafine glitter. This is ours. It's called the Wanda. It's named after my mom. It is dark purple. It's going to be basic, almost a powder. It is super fine. The next thing you're going to end up going into, and by the way, this is basic. It doesn't have anything other than it's one color. This is a chunky glitter. This is a rainbow glitter. So if you look at it in the light, you can see how it kind of has a, this is not color shift, just so you know. This is strictly rainbow glitter, which means it's iridescent. It is translucent. So base colors will show through the glitter. A prime example is this is a, I hate this cup. This is a geode that I've done for a customer. And if you look inside here, this is prism. It's this is going to be, it's a rainbow white glitter. When it's epoxied, it turns almost clear, but you still get the iridescent color to it. But you can see that it picks up the base coat, which is different. I have different color spray paints on this, so it picks up the background colors. So there you go. That's going to be a rainbow. Your jumbo glitter is going to be the big stuff. This is a holographic glitter. This is disco ball. Super fun. Holographics are my favorite. Well, my second favorite. My favorite are the mixes. Yes, Michelle, I actually own Glitter Chimp. That's what all this stuff back here is. Glitter. Is there glitter that can add bling? Yes, your basic colors are not going to change anything. The basic color glitter. Am I going to show how to blend two colors together on a cup? Not today. Today we're just going over the basics to get started. Like what you need to know and everything like that. Oh, thank you, Michelle. The next thing with, okay. How do you get the glitter to stay down like the chunky? Sorry, I have to read it out loud. Okay, so with the epoxy method with ultrafine glitter, you want to make sure that you put enough down, but not too much. Because if you put too much on it, it's going to actually, I don't have any right now. Maybe? Nope, I don't. So yeah, it should still lay flat as long as you don't put too much on there. Otherwise, when you put too much on, it'll actually start to build up and the epoxy will not continue to let it turn around the cup. So, okay, color shift. This is a color shifting glitter. This is called Pink Cadillac. So if you look in the light, how right where the direct light is, it's got a blue color versus the pink. This is going to be a solid glitter. It's not clear in any way. Solid glitter, just shifts color and light. Then you're gonna have, my personal favorite are the mixes. Oh, good. The subscription boxes are going out as quickly as we can get them out. Trust me, we want to get out the glitter as fast as possible. So your mixes are going to be literally mixes of a bunch of different colors, sizes, shapes. If you can work with this, you can work with jumbo, you can work with chunky. Other mixes that we have are going to be the ones with the dots. It just depends on what you want to use. There's also this, it's called Ultra Shapes. These are actual like shape glitters. These are flowers. You're going to have regular shapes, unicorns, and yeah, so that's just the basics of glitter. I don't want to get too much into that because there's a lot to talk about tonight. The next thing you're going to need once you decide to start working with it, yes, thank you, Fallon, is going to be alcohol inks. Just so you know, if you need these little fancy stands, these are nail polish stands from the Dollar Tree. I use, whose is this? Oh my gosh. Oh, Holtz. Sorry. These are my alcohol inks. I have pretty much every color, plus a bunch of extra. These are great for doing any type of ink work with cups. yeah. And, oh yeah, these things are great. They're at the Dollar Tree. It's a nail polish holder. Mike's little stand. I have like 4 of them. They're perfect. There's a little tip. The Dollar Tree is your friend when it comes to crafting. Okay, so that is pretty much the basics of the supplies you're gonna need. Like I said, I'll make a list of everything and put online. Other things that are really important to know about. Yes, Fallon, you need to go get those. Other things you need to know about epoxying cups is that epoxy wants to work with you. It doesn't want to work against you. However, you will mess up. It will happen no matter what. Eventually you're going to mess up. I'm making cups now for, gosh, I guess about a year. And I even still mess up on cups. Prime example, this is a cup I made. And if you see right there, there's a little, my decal lifted while it was spinning. And I have to fix that. But you will mess up. Just remember that. Everybody's going to mess up. Nobody does this perfect. I'm sorry, I'm trying to read my list here. Yeah, so epoxy, the main issues you're going to have with epoxy is either the mix isn't right, which the best thing to do with that is either get, hold on, let me grab these. Let me grab these real quick. Okay. These are little measuring cups that are for like medicine. I get these on Amazon. I can find the link. I buy them by the thousands, so because I use so many. But these are great because use them, toss them, and it's no big deal. Oh yeah, mine is too. I have so many cups that I need to strip that I just haven't. Where can you get the pump toppers? Amazon. I have a link. I use them. They're 1 ounce pumps, super easy. And that's what I use because I use the 1 gallon jugs of epoxy. So what Kayla's talking about is these pumps. Hold on. I seriously made sure to have everything here. Please ignore how dirty my epoxy book thing is. These are the pumps for the jugs. I got them on Amazon. These are snow cone pumps for the stuff. I do not throw away my cups. As long as the epoxy is not mixed together, it will not harden. So what I actually do on the bottom of these is I'll write A and B so that I know which one is A, which one is B, and make sure that I don't accidentally mix them. But I'll use these for a couple of days before I throw them away. It just depends on how many cups I'm making at that time. But as long as you put together equal parts of A and B, you're good. Some people I have seen, they will weigh the epoxy, and it's not like, okay, so with baking, you can weigh your stuff. But with epoxy, it doesn't. I tried it, and one side was definitely less with the weight. How do you hand turn? I do not know how to hand turn. I mean, there's a lot of people in this group that I know probably do. So I'm sure someone can tell you how to. I have never done it. But I know also there's YouTube videos that will show you guys how to do it. Best advice we can give you guys is that YouTube is your friend and Google is your friend. If you can't find it and it's not on YouTube, then ask the group, but I guarantee you'll find it on YouTube, at least by one person. Otherwise, I know several people. Fallon used to hand turn, who's on here. She's another one of our moderators. And she can easily show you how, or tell you how. Okay, so epoxy, you're gonna have teeny tiny air bubbles that will form when you stir. Sometimes you'll have big air bubbles. It just depends, which is when you're gonna need a heat gun. Also available at Amazon or Harbor Freight. There's a lot of places that'll have these. I got mine I think it was like 2 for $18 on Amazon on Black Friday. Because I tend to drop mine a lot, so I go through them a lot. Anyways, this will help you get the tiny little air bubbles out of the epoxy. You can either heat it in the cup or heat directly onto the cup as it's turning. I have actually started using, I have a tiny little space heater, company called Comfort Zone. I literally will turn this on and just set the cup of epoxy next to it. It'll heat the epoxy, all the bubbles get out. It's kind of nice. Another way that people remove the bubbles is putting the mixed epoxy in a hot water bath. So in the cup, you put it in a bowl of hot water and it'll help the bubbles rise to the top. Word of advice, do not apply warmed epoxy onto a ice cold cup because the epoxy will do exactly what anything would do if you put hot and cold together, which is it will congeal. Learned that one a couple weeks ago when it was really cold here. See, still make mistakes. It happens. Other things that you're gonna probably need that I use, let's say, yes, Amazon is your friend. Amazon's my friend always. So other things you're going to worry about with epoxy, and this is a very, very serious one, is having an allergic reaction. A lot of people, because you've never been around epoxy, you don't know you're allergic to it. If you start to see hives on your skin or your eyes start to get a little swollen, seriously stop using the epoxy you're using. Give it a couple of days to make sure that it is or isn't what you're reacting to. But always make sure you use epoxy in a ventilated room. Do not do it in a closed room with the doors all shut and everything. Hi, Connie. Don't worry. We'll be here for a while. But if you seriously start to have something that looks like a reaction, seriously stop using the epoxy. I myself have a very slight allergy to the fumes of FX epoxy. Yes, I still use it, but I know my limits. If I'm having to make a ton of cups, I know it's better to do them in small batches. Otherwise, I actually will start to have, I don't break out in hives or anything. It just causes me to have sinus issues. But I wear a mask. Like, I don't wear a respirator. Some people wear respirators, but I do wear a mask when I'm heating the epoxy because FX does have fumes. And so just, it's a very big thing. Do not, if you start to have a reaction, don't use an epoxy. Just take a step back and just let your body tell you if it's the epoxy or if it's something else in the environment that's causing you to have a reaction. And yes, Fallon, always wear crappy clothes because epoxy is going to get on everything. It's on my shoes. It's on my pants. I mean, everything. I've had it in my hair. I had it up here once and I didn't know it was there until it had dried. Dawn dish soap will also be your best friend. And no, you cannot get epoxy out of clothes at all or shoes. I myself stepped in wet epoxy the other day. I work in my garage. I stepped in wet epoxy and decided I'd be smart. And I was like, what would help dry epoxy quickly? I'll step in glitter. So now I have glitter epoxy to the bottom of my shoe. What type of mask? I just wear, it's just a, I don't even know where my mask is right now. Mine's just like a painter's mask. It's like I don't know. It's just like a little face one. It just covers my nose and mouth. Yeah, it's just a little mask. No big deal. Like I said, I always wear gloves, especially if I'm sanding. Now, sanding, because I see you guys are talking about sanding. Yeah, kind of like a doctor's mask, but it's I don't see my mask up there. I just moved everything because I'm working on subscription boxes for Glitter Chimp, so everything isn't where it normally is when I'm making cups. But it's just like the round one that's kind of poofy because I don't like things like pushing my nose. Yeah, so definitely make sure to do that. Also, if you're sanding cups, I really highly recommend you wear glasses, like protective eyewear. Always wet sand if you're using sandpaper. I don't use sandpaper. I use a Dremel because I prefer it to be done quickly. And I feel like I have more control with a Dremel. So I use a Dremel for my sanding. How did I... Okay, so Kayla, I got started by researching. I joined probably 15 different Tumblr groups. And I spent probably 2 to 3 months stalking pages and watching YouTube videos. And yes, a painter's mask. Thank you. But I stalked YouTube, Facebook, and paid. I mean, I didn't even buy anything until I was like 100% sure this is what I wanted to try to do. Because this is totally opposite of anything I've done before. So, that's what I did. Wet sanding is going to help keep the dust down. That's the only difference. Epoxy is not something you want to breathe, like the dust, you don't want to breathe that in. So that's why it's better to wet sand. When I use a Dremel, I wear gloves, I wear an apron so it gets off my clothes. I wear, like I said, I wear glasses, and I wear a mask because, and I also do it outside because I don't want it in the garage. But that's why. Where did I get the straw? Oh, on my cup. These. Amazon. Amazon. Like I said, everything I get's Amazon because it gets to be faster. Yeah, I think that's what I actually did. You do not need to sand all of your cups. I have a lot of cups that I never have to sand. As long as the cup is level on the turner, you typically won't need to sand it. It kind of just depends on how the cup looks. I had someone come over here the other day and I was teaching them how to make cups. And the cup, it was my fault because I wasn't really paying close attention at the time. So I'm going to see if I can get this on here. But it's got a little, I'm going to call it a nipple right here on the cup. So this one will have to be sanded down just a little bit. And yeah, it just depends. If I ever sand a cup, I'm typically going to be sanding either up here at the top or down here at the bottom. It just depends on if it needs it. Leanne, yes, I did talk about turners, but as soon as the video's over, you can go back and watch. Yes, I do use water slides. I don't have any cups with water slides on them right now, but, yeah, water slides, they're fun, they're easy, but they're also difficult. For someone starting out 100% like virgin, never touched a cup, I wouldn't recommend starting out with water slides because it is kind of a bit of a different process as far as prepping water slide paper. Yeah, see, Remy, I do, I sand on some of them. It depends on if it really needs it. Sometimes the epoxy just perfectly sits for me. I don't know. Okay, I'm having trouble with the lip and the bottom. Sand it. What's either happening is the cup isn't perfectly level. Hang on. Okay. I have a ton of cups sitting over here. So this cup, I'm going to show you inside. My football in here is split. This is not what I put it on the turner with. But anyways, you want to make sure whatever you're holding this on here with is level. But what happens is over time, they get loose. So you will want to make sure that that's on there real tight. Y'all didn't see that. Let me see if I have, okay. We'll just go back to this cup. So level, what is going to happen is when it's not level, your epoxy is going to not sit. It's either going to go to this side or it's going to go to this side. It just depends on which way it turns. Also, things that can cause it to pull away from the bottom edge and the top edge is also oils and stuff in your hands. It just depends on what the surface is. If it's just straight glitter, you can, if you're using good glitter, use a little bit of rubbing alcohol on the top and the edges, and it'll help. Do not sand glitter. It'll make it come off. So it just, sometimes you just need that extra little bit of epoxy on the edges to make it stay where it's supposed to be on there. If the football sticks to the cup with the epoxy, which this one actually did. Oh, not this one. One of them did. Use an Exacto knife. Hold on. I have 100 of these things. Use an Exacto knife and you'll just, you'll just scrape it like if it was in there. I don't have any epoxy in here. It just depends. I mean, I use an Exacto knife for everything. And if that doesn't work, then I use my fancy little dental picks to scrape it out. Otherwise, put some acetone on a cotton ball, wear gloves, and just kind of, wasn't want to go back on there. Oh, okay. But yeah, so you just use that to get rid of it. Something about what? I saw paint inside. Oh! Yep. Okay. Okay, so this is alcohol. Oh, here, look. There's epoxy I can show you. Okay, so this is just alcohol ink that dripped inside when I was coating the cup. All you have to do with this is a little acetone on a cotton ball, and it'll swipe right out, clean it instantly. I also always tell my customers to wash their cups before I use them. Okay, for the person that was asking about epoxy in the cup, let's see, where's that? All right, so here's epoxy. This cup is cured. Okay, so this is very awkward for me because it's backwards, and I'm doing this upside down. Okay, you literally just take the Exacto knife, and it'll pop right out. Yay. See, I didn't even know there was epoxy in here. So here's a little bit more right here. This is freaking me out because I'm doing this backwards and this is a really sharp Exacto knife. Oh my God. And I'm trying to watch. Okay, so it just pops right out. So, there you go. All right. Where do I get water slides? I do my own. I just buy the water slide paper. It's on Amazon. I'll post the link for it. How long do I have a cup? Okay, so before I ship a cup, I make sure that cup is like 100% cured. So I wait at least, once it's finished, at least 3 days. And that really also will depend on the temperature outside and the humidity. It's humid as hell down here, so I always do at least 3 days. If I can stretch it, I prefer to do 5, but 3 days, because what happens is, hold on. Y'all did see that one. How do you keep glitter? Oh, that's a good question. When you find out how to keep glitter from getting on non-glittered cups, let me know, because I don't. I get it on there. Okay. The only thing you can really do to get glitter, not get glitter on a glittered cup, non-glittered cup, is to epoxy your non-glittered cup in a room that you've never put glitter in, because glitter gets on everything. Fun fact, glitter is the herpes of the craft world because you can't get rid of it. Okay, shipping cups. You're gonna come, all the cups always come in this. Yeah, it's gonna happen. This is, let's see, here's a wood grain cup that I have. And it has glitter right there on the antler. But luckily, it's for a girl, so it's okay. Okay, when you ship a cup, there are these fun bags that they come in. I do not recommend shipping them in the box, in this bag, because if the epoxy is slightly not 100% cured, you will get little pop marks from these on the cup. Fun fact. All right. So, that should be on a cup. Oh, the glitter's the herpes thing? Yeah. Glitter is fun. I live in it. I'm covered in glitter right now, actually. People probably think I'm a stripper. Oh, also, when you start doing glitter cups, you will be told constantly, did you know you have glitter on your face? Because you will. Okay, so since we started talking about shipping prices are very important. I cannot stress this enough. People, your time is money. So don't undersell a tumbler because you think you can make it better than whatever. Don't undersell it. If you make a cup and it took you 5 hours, guess what? You have to get paid for that 5 hours. Yes, it's epoxy and glitter, everything, everywhere. A tumbler like this. This is I believe a 12-ounce tumbler. Now of course, like I said, I'm making cups for about a year, so I have raised my prices recently. But this cup would be like $20. And I know of people that are out there that would sell a 30-ounce cup for $20, which to me is just mind-blowing. Yeah. Yep, glitter gets on it's your spouse or boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever. I hope to God they love glitter because they will find it on them always. My husband is a pilot and he goes to the airport and he will have glitter on him. We have glitter on our plane. There's glitter everywhere. So yeah, it's gonna get on everything. So anyways, so don't sell yourself short on your cups. There are a lot, if you Google, you can even go on Pinterest, and you will have people that will have their sheet of this is how much they charge for these type of cups. It's super important you watch that because, prices, they're going to depend on the type of cup. I have a cup that I just did that was $120. It's a jug, but it's $120 because it was a lot of work. But what happens is a lot of people don't take into account how much time goes into making a cup. To them, it's just, this is how much my materials were. And okay, it's a big jug. It's not finished. Okay. This is a $120 tumbler. This is Serape leopard print teal. It's for a friend of mine who wants Southwestern everything. So this is Southwest boho. So I made it to match her couch. Yeah, this is the 64-ounce jug. It took me longer, I think it took me like 3 days to figure out how to get it onto Turner. And Fallon knows. Fallon has a 1-gallon jug that she has to epoxy. So good luck to her. So, okay. Yes, it is art. I'm sure she probably won't use it too. But she still has to pay me. So take into account time. Time is how long it's on the turner for, how long it dries. Everything is time. So set yourself I want to make $15 an hour, and that is your rate, or whatever you want to say is your rate. Because just saying, well, the tumbler only cost me $15 to make, so I'm going to sell it for $20. Well, your time involved of working on it. So then you would say, okay, my tumbler actually cost me $25 to make, $30 to make. So it basically gives you a little extra money, but it's still work. Roxanne, I have found the cure. It is called bubble wrap. And that's what's in there. I'm located in Conroe, Texas, which is about 45-ish minutes north of Houston. But yeah, Roxanne, that's got so that has a football in it. And it's got a pole that's as big as the whole thing is a pole. And then I stuffed it with bubble wrap, and then there's a pool noodle on the inside lip. I'll have to show you. Yeah, bubble wrap. How many layers? Okay, the layers of epoxy depend. Well, Kayla, you're going to have people that will say they don't want to pay it, and you'll have those that do. So it's just one of those, it depends on the type of cup you're making. So, okay. I posted in here the other day the Snakeskin Cup. This cup is $85 because the skin is expensive. The sand, I had to go get the sand to give it, this isn't beach sand, this is like actual dirt sand. But the skin was $25. The cup, you know, itself, this is an Ozark. It just, it depends on the type of design you're going for. This spray paint, this whole cup, this little jug, spray paint with vinyl. This cup, this is a tumbler that honestly, the supplies I already had, the vinyl I already had. But this would be, how much do I sell this one for? I think this is $45, $50, but it's just spray paint. So it's not, there's not a lot of my cost involved in this, other than the most expensive thing on it's the jug, which I got on Hog when it was on closeout. So it just depends. Some of your cups are going to be more complicated and you need to sell them for more than $20. Geodes take longer. Any of the peekaboo cups where you're having to do layers, definitely you should charge more. I've been making tumblers for about a year, but from when I started being interested in it, it's probably been about 15 months. So Leanne, the way that I started to make my cups so that they would take off is I wanted to practice. I made cups for friends and family and gave them away. I didn't sell them to them. I literally just was like, here, I made this beautiful cup for you. Please use it. And then people, so what happens is people see, here's your cup. Oh, it's gorgeous. Where'd you get it? And then they tell you, and word of mouth is huge. So that's how I got started. I mean, that's literally how I got started, was just giving cups to I gave a cup to my mom. I gave one to my aunt. My daughter's in preschool. So I started making cups for the moms at the school. And then it turned into, I have one customer that I work with every month. And she does between 30 to 50 of these bee tumblers that I make. They are a pain in the ass. I hate doing them, but I love doing them at the same time. But they're amazing, and she's ordering huge amounts of them. So pretty much that's all I make now is the bee cups. And I promise I will do a tutorial on those soon. I actually have 20 cups that I have to do for her by the end of the month. So what was my first? Oh, I have my first tumbler. Hold on. My first tumbler was this. It is a, I guess, decent ombre. I seriously watched hundreds of hours of videos. I stalked Facebook groups. So this is the ombre that I did. And it's just black to purple. Well, it's actually not even black. It's blue. Yeah. From start to finish. Okay. So I sell glitter full time, and the cups is just kind of like my, I guess I'm going to call it a side hustle. So for me, my lead time is 2 to 3 weeks turnaround time. Bye, Fallon. Have fun. Get started on that 1 gallon jug. So anyway, my lead time is 2 to 3 weeks. It depends, but that's because, again, I do glitter full time. That's all I do is sell glitter. Also, with Christmas and everything, especially for those of you who are just starting out, Christmas is going to be like crazy. So I set cutoff times for orders, but 2 to 3 weeks is my turnaround time for 1 cup. Hold on. I'm trying to see what all you said. Oh, okay. Okay, so how did I start selling glitter? Because I started making cups. I wasn't finding the glitter I wanted, so I decided to start buying glitter myself, and then I would sell it to, like, share it with my friends, who also make cups, and it blew up to Glitter Chimp, which after this month will have over 500 different colors. I'm about to sneeze. So that's how it runs my life. I did it as a side hustle, and now it's crazy. I have never worked harder in my life. Okay, so anyways, so the edge thing with the lip and the epoxy. I need my Exacto knife. Exacto knives are your friends. If I had a cup that had epoxy on it, there we go. Okay, all you have to do, okay, so I'm gonna try to show you. If you look on here, you can see there's glitter on the lip, and I'll show this again. You literally will just let the knife do the work for you, and it'll scrape all that off. And it'll give you then the smooth edge right there. You don't have to sand it or anything, just, that didn't sit there very well. I don't make my glitter. I do buy it from a manufacturer. I do my own mixes, but yeah. So, anyways, so let's get back to the cups for orders. So whenever I send a cup, is it sealed? Yeah, this cup's epoxied. It's not finished. I still have to put a decal on it. But, yeah, it's sealed. It's got epoxy on it. I just have to put a decal on it and then seal it one more time, and it'll be finished. It's going to say Birdie on it. Let me scrape it all off. Yeah, I just scrape it off like that, and it's done. Sometimes if the glitter for some reason, like on this part, doesn't lay flat, I will sand it, very lightly sand it, just in case. Yeah, it just depends. Will I sand this? No, this is smooth, completely smooth where the decal's going, so I'm not going to sand where it goes. It's just going to stick right on there. So, oh, thank you. I use FX epoxy, but that's because it's just my personal preference. There's a million different ones you can use. I don't use sandpaper. I use a Dremel. So I don't really know what sandpaper people use. I do use the sponges though. There's, hold on, let me grab it. I do use these sometimes, the sanding sponges. I don't know. I got them at Lowe's. They work really well on edges. If I had something to sand, I'd show you. But these are great. I love these. But like, I use my Dremel because it's fast. My method for applying glitter changes. It depends on the tumbler. Typically I use the Epoxy Method because I just like how it makes the glitter lay flat. This is Epoxy Method. This is from when we did that, I did a live on how to do the ombre with the chunky, and this is from it. This is gonna be my cup. It's gonna say Glitter Boss on it. I'm a dork. For koozie. Oh, the ones with the little twist lids. Leanne, are you talking about those? I don't know which ones you're talking about. There's a bunch. Thank you, Roxanne. This is Center Stage. It's my favorite. Yeah, okay. So the ones where they have the little twist lids with glitter, I will glitter all the way. I'll just take the two pieces apart and glitter them and seal. Yeah. Yeah, it's just you take them apart, stick them on two different things. Yeah, the can coolers. Thank you, Remy. And I do not sell epoxy. FX epoxy is available on Etsy. Illuminate has their own website. Promarine has their own website. It just depends. The tumblers I get mine from Hog. I recommend Steel Magnolias. I don't recommend Yeti only because they're outrageously expensive. That's all. Cloudy at the bottom is going to be from the micro bubbles. what you're gonna need is a heat gun, and use the, where did I put mine? When you use your heat gun, just hold it towards the bottom, and you just go back and forth over the cup like this when it's on. Can you show me? Oh, you want to see my Dremel? Oh boy, hold on. All right, hold on. Hold on. Okay, Dremel. This is my Dremel. And now I have an extender on mine, but that's because I hang mine up when I'm using it. Anyways, this is my Dremel. I use these are polishing tips. Oh boy, this one's pretty bad. Let me get a different one. Okay, so the bits that I use are for polishing. This is what they look like before I use them. I use my hand to put on epoxy because that way I can feel that it's level, like it's covered everything. So this is what I use. I buy these on Amazon for like nothing. They do these come from China, so it does take a few days to get to me, but that's okay. I have never ordered from Save a Cup, so I don't know. I'm sure others in the group have. I do ship. I hand deliver too. If I hand deliver, I do add a delivery fee because I don't want to lose my profit on gas. Gas costs money and time. A good tip though for heat gun's gonna get hot, like really hot. That's the main difference. Yep. Okay, so for tumblers, when I sell them, I do include one of these. This is just a care card. I added these to the Facebook group tonight. They don't have, obviously they don't have my logo on them. This is actually blank, so you can add your own logo. My invoices that I send out, this is an old invoice, and there's no information on it. This is what my invoices look like. So go to www.glitterchimp.com, and that's where my glitter is. Or you can join our Facebook group too, and you'll see all of the posts in there. So, hold on. One more question. Okay. Okay, so if you've sanded the cup, what happens is you've probably also touched the cup with your hands. So the oils from your hands will actually cause the epoxy to pool away. So it'll actually, oh, I thought that one had a dimple. It'll cause the dimples. So what I do, if I have epoxied the cup, it is completely sealed, but it's still bumpy after I sand it, I will actually wipe it down with rubbing alcohol, and that will remove any oils and stuff that could be on the cup. That's what I use. Okay. They're tiny. Yeah, it's probably just oil or dust or something. Okay, invoices. Invoice. This is one I used to make in Word. I do invoices because I can track everything that I have for orders. Also, because then this way you send this to them, they have to confirm everything on here. The name spelling is correct. The colors are correct, everything, because as long as they approve this and pay it, nothing, if the name is spelled wrong, it's on them, it's not on you. So I send invoices to everybody. PayPal has invoices that you can create to send to people. Also has it where you can add shipping, tax, sales tax, everything like that. So this is what my invoices look like, where it says custom wine tumbler. It says white to yellow. These were ombres, white to yellow. And then it had an Alaska decal on one side. On the back it said Alaska 2018 with my prices. This is my invoices. When I'm doing orders, the best way I have kept organized is with these bags. These are prescription bags for pharmacies. I got them on Amazon. These bags will hold the invoice as well as the lid to the cup. And this is how I keep my orders separated. I know what needs to be made. So it's literally just has, here's the invoice, here's the lid to the cup, all in one nice convenient little pack, because it's very easy to mix up lids and boxes. So, do I have a site? I do not have a site directly for like my cups. I have a Facebook page, which is Glitter Chimp Designs. Yeah, I don't have any like actual like website for that. I used to have them on Etsy, but I got tired of Etsy's fees, so I don't have them on Etsy anymore. But yeah, so that is any kind of epoxy, as long as it's FDA approved, food grade epoxy. I use FX. Alumalite's great. You can get Alumalite at Hobby Lobby, Michael's. I can post the link for the bags. I'll post a link for everything I have. Like, it's everything I buy is on Amazon, so I can just pull up in my cart and post the link. But the bags are great because they just hang up in my shop in here. So so that's that. The biggest thing I need to stress though is to definitely research everything. Me, an admin, and then the moderators in this group, and everybody in this group will be happy to help. But I highly recommend first Google everything. If you need to know how to make an ombre cup, Google it. Go on YouTube. Look on YouTube. If you're trying to color match glitters, we can absolutely help you do that. It's easy for us to do. Do you think? I use the pumps, or I use the medical cups, but it just depends on how much I'm making. Like, if I'm doing a bunch, I use the pumps. If I'm not, I measure out. Excuse me. It really does just depend on how long or how much epoxy I need. The pumps are cool because they're 1 ounce every time, 1 ounce pump. I'm trying to think what else. Otherwise, YouTube is your friend. Facebook can be your friend, but Google and YouTube are going to be the best. Hold on, it's not, I have to like click it. On cups, I probably spend several hours a week. I don't make as many cups as I used to because of my glitter business. But making cups can consume your life. It's one of those, it's super fun. It's great. Crafting of any kind is a great escape. Cups and stuff can be a great side hustle to make a few extra bucks on the side. There are a lot of people out there that do make, good money doing it, but it isn't for everybody. Some people will, they'll right out of the gate be amazing at making cups, and then others it takes some time. And there are certain designs that I will not attempt because I know I won't be good at them. I personally will not do fabric cups. I have never tried to. I don't have any interest in trying to make a fabric cup, and the reason is because my OCD will not allow me. Glitter Chimp. If you go to the top of our page, there's a link to show you to our Facebook group, which is a lot like this one, except for it's strictly our glitter. Oh my goodness. I missed it. I can't see it. Hold on. Sorry, Tammy, I'm trying to read what you wrote. Okay, so for starting out with tumblers, easiest cups to work with are going to be your 20 ounce cups, because the 20 ounce cups are going to be straight. The 30 ounce cups are going to kind of get weird when you get the little loop, but they're all going to be the same. The best ones to start out with, in my opinion, if you're still learning, is going to, oh my goodness, what did I just do? Is going to be the smaller size cups because they're gonna be cheaper. And if you mess one up, it's no big deal. And even if you're doing the 20 ounce, 30 ounce, the jugs, and you mess up, don't worry about it because you just throw it in your strip pile and later on you're gonna strip it. I have to strip. I have a bucket of cups that I have to strip. Yes, you can sand epoxy. Wear protective mask. I wear, it is not good to breathe in if it's in the air. So I recommend, yes, you can do it wet sand if you're using sandpaper or Dremel. I mean, however you want to do it. But Dollar Tree also has some tumblers. I don't recommend using them for product to sell, but they're great to practice on. You can practice on glass. Some people practice on mason jars. I mean, it's literally up to you on how you want to do it. How do you strip them? With stripper. You can get it at Home Depot or Lowe's. I don't have any here because I'm actually out of it. Otherwise, I'd show you the can. But you can spray it with that. Also, I believe you can also soak them in acetone and foil, and the epoxy will peel right off. You can also try to separate the seal at the top with the Exacto knife and just peel it off. It's actually kind of fun to peel them. I do Epoxy Method with chunky glitter. Always Epoxy Method because the chunky glitter will then lay flat on the tumbler and it won't stick up as much. The only time I don't do Epoxy Method is on my modified swirls, which is like this. And I use Mod Podge for this because it's the easiest way to not get it to flow everywhere. That is literally the funniest sentence ever. I don't know what auto body guys use as far as their strippers, but probably. I'll have to look. Hold on. Barbara, I am going to do a video on the modified swirls. It's just a matter of time. Right now I'm in the middle of doing the subscription boxes. Space heaters. Yep, I have a space heater too I use. I do, Kim, if you go on the page, you can type in my name or even type in, because I accidentally did it the other day from another profile, but you can type in chunky glitter, chunky ombres, and there's a video on that for Epoxy Method. Later this week, I'm going to do a straight basic tumbler. Nothing fancy with it, just one solid color, how to apply Mod Podge to glitter and epoxy with glitter. Nothing else on that video. It's just going to strictly be basics. Let's see, Kayla. 6 hours. Where do you live, Kayla? Because humidity and temperature could be a factor. Most epoxy is going to be, you're going to want the temperature of the room or area where you're doing it to be about 75. I think that's what it says on the bottles. West Virginia. It's got epoxy on me. Temperature restrictions for most epoxy is to be stored at room temp between 55 and 75. And you're going to want the temperature for mixing the epoxy to be 70 to 75 degrees. I don't know what the temperature's like in West Virginia. I'm assuming kind of cool over on that side of the country. So it may be too cold, so the epoxy's not setting right, or the mix may be wrong, which is not wrong, but like off a little bit. My recommendation would be just to let it spin for a little bit longer. If you can put a space heater by it to heat it up, it probably will help it cure. Mod Podge. Where did I put my mod? Oh, it's right here. This is what I use. This is just the matte Mod Podge. Super, I've had this thing for a while. I get this sucker at Hobby Lobby because I can get 40% off. So, yeah, I really don't have much. Let's see. If you just sand it down and you want to put an image on it, just after you sand it, make sure where you put it's going to be smooth. Stick the sticker, the decal or vinyl, whatever it is on it, and epoxy it. Oh, Roxanne, you need what I got. Okay, so I work in my garage and the temperature here sucks. I just bought, well, my husband got it for me for Christmas. It's called the Vornado. And it's their heater. I'll have to send you the link. But it actually, so my garage is huge. It's a 2-car garage, and it keeps the temperature in here probably above 70. And I have one. I'm actually going to get a second one. Highly recommend the Vornado heater. And it was only, I think it's $55 at it was $55 at Bed Bath & Beyond. And then we used the 20% off coupon. Okay, so Jamie, I've never hand spun a cup. Fallon, who's one of our moderators, has. Otherwise, I recommend YouTube, and there's going to be a lot of videos on YouTube on how to hand spin. I will, Roxanne, because it seriously, that sucker surprised me the first night that I had it out here because of how well it kept the room warm. It was great. Otherwise, Roxanne, get these little tiny space heaters. They just plug in. They're amazing. I love these things. I have 2 of them and they work amazingly. So Jamie, definitely go on and I'd recommend you just looking on YouTube for that. What was it? To keep the temperature in the room warm, I use a space heater. It's called a Vornado, just an electric plug-in one. I'm just reading. Please don't think I'm just frozen. Yeah, just regular sandpaper. Tumblers, I recommend Steel Magnolias, Hog, Arctic, Walmart, which has the Ozarks. You do not always have to sand to add a decal. You can. It helps the decal stick sometimes, especially if it's a rough spot. But if you get it like this and it's smooth, you would just stick the decal directly on top and seal it again. Easy peasy. All right. Oh, I'm so sorry, Roxanne. I heard about that. It's terrible. Poor baby. Just give her a jar of glitter and let her play with it, and it'll make her happy. Yes, I can do it. I've done a couple. I'll do some more. Next week, or this coming week, I plan on doing just a basic applying glitter, nothing fancy to it video. Aw, you should. If you do it, you better post a picture, Roxanne. I want to see a glittered boot. I think it'd be so cute. Especially because it'd be so little. I have never done the drip method. Yes, Cindy, I do sell glitter. It's Glitterchimp, glitterchimp.com. We have almost 500 different colors, types, and everything of glitter on there. So, yes, Wanda, everything will be on here and available always through the page. And we will get everything posted online. It'll probably be tomorrow by the time I get it listed. Hold on. I'm sorry, oh my gosh, I'm trying to read everything. Yes, you want to use thin layers of epoxy. Always use thin layers because the more epoxy you put on a cup, the heavier it's going to be. And you don't want it to be too heavy. Also, you want to be able to make it still fit in a cup holder in a car. Which they don't always fit perfectly, but as long as it's close enough, right? Okay, you guys. Woo. So, we've been at this for almost an hour and a half. If anybody else has any more questions... Hold on. Yes, the drip method is when you don't spin the cup. YouTube will tell you how to do that. I don't know how. I've never tried. I've heard it's kind of a pain, but anybody can do it. Otherwise, you can hand spin. I have a dump cup that I put extra glitter in, but I do try my best to keep the glitter separate. Kathy, yes, I do ship to Canada. If you send me a message on Facebook, I can run the rates for you. But we do have several people up in Canada that, yeah. I do not do that. And if I do drink, it's in the privacy of my own home, not live. Although that would make a very entertaining video to watch somebody make cups and drink. Hold on. Okay, where do I put... Oh, so the Mod Podge, whenever I put it on a cup, it's got a base coat of paint. And then I just paint it on with a brush or a sponge brush and put the glitter on. Okay. Yes, I do have the jars available on the site. They may be out of stock right now, but I have more coming. But they'll be the 2 ounce. Well, they're actually 4 ounce jars by volume, but they'll hold about 2 to 3 ounces of glitter in them because we sell by weight. So, yep. Barbara, I don't have any that are on YouTube yet. I'm going to start putting them on YouTube when I save them from these videos. But if you search Caitlin Sclafani in this group, the videos will pop up. Also, just search Maggie May Sclafani because I accidentally posted one the other day through another Facebook account. No, I have not ever ordered from there. But man, I'm going to have to try to find that video of the person that's drunk doing cups because that'd be hilarious. My website's glitterchimp.com. We also have a Facebook group and you can go on there and we'll match colors and stuff like that on that page as well. Otherwise, y'all, it's late and I have to get up really early tomorrow morning because tomorrow my kid goes back to school. Yay! So, if there's anything you have any questions about, you can comment. I will try to reply and get back to it. Otherwise, y'all have a great night and I will talk to you guys later. Bye!